I go back 2,600 years to the root democracy and tell the story of democracy in Western culture that most people don't know about. Like, do you know what the word demos means?
No, that's a great
Well,
subject.
today they define it as the common people. But the ancient Greeks who designed the root democracy, the first one, the demos was the poor people.
Wow.
And the literal translation, the original translation of democracy was the rule of the poor over the rich.
Wow.
Because the ancient Greeks said, what do all these poor people have? Well, they've got their numbers.
Right,
so they said, we need to put them into a position where they can use those numbers to protect themselves from being exploited, okay?
Yes.
Radical idea. Now, it was the Athenians that came along later, and they did the first spin job on Western culture. They said, no. The demos doesn't mean poor people, it means common people. And they also said, in order to vote, you got to have property, you got to be a male. And they put all these qualifications on democracy that have been handed down to us. And the way that our modern democracy in America is qualified is you got to be registered to vote.
Registered to vote. That's how we are to express our democracy.
Yeah, well, the point is you can't just go in and vote. Like in Japan, where I've been, the first place your birth certificate goes after you're born is to the Hall of Records, and you're registered to vote on the first day of your life. So that when you're 20, you just have to show up. And also, most people don't realize that in most industrialized democracies, voting by secret ballot is not a right, it's a duty. You as a citizen have to show up. Now, they don't tell you to vote for. You can vote for none of the above. I know in Australia, where it's mandatory because they'll fine you if you don't show up.
I've heard that.
Yes, they will fine you, and the citizen has to show up. They're given a ballot. They walk into the voting booth, and there's a large container there. And if you don't want to vote, you put it in the container.
Wow.
But you have to show up. And I maintain, and the book helps make this argument, that if you wanted a bloodless, democratic revolution overnight in America, pass one simple law. Make voting by secret ballot mandatory. And just like 98% of the people go get their car registered, pay their taxes, 98% of the people would go and vote.
That's right.
And think about that revolutionary change where we're lucky if we get 40% voting. And we call 50% a major victory.
A miracle.
And that's why middle-class people and poor people are counted out of the political process.
Yes.
Because nobody fears them if you don't vote. And what are we doing today? We're going backwards. They're heavy into voter suppression.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly.
Something that we fought for in the 60s. When people paid with their lives, and now we're going backwards. So I hope not only, I want people to, buy the book and enjoy the story, but the reason I wrote the book is I hope it inspires 40 million disabled adults to take the time, get registered, and get out and vote. Because if we do that, if the disabled and their families did that, they'd never cut a budget for the disabled again. And you would see all of our priorities reorganized to help more people. Because one of the important things I maintain, anything you do for the disabled helps the greater society.
That's right.